But overall, it looks great. Can't wait for it to come out from Duke Dice. So I think we kind of know where this is going. Duke says that he believes it comes out at Christmas time, which is, you know, pretty ideal. A lot of business, our video game industries will try to do it around Christmas time, because you will see a lot of sales around that time, because everyone's going to be getting it for Christmas. So, and it makes sense. I mean, it's a nice little gift that you can just wrap up, or you can tell your mom or dad or anything else. So, Duke says that if you are a hardcore gamer, to buy it. He says that it's totally worth buying, especially if you're a hardcore fan, which a lot of people are. I apologize for that, guys. Okay, oops. Alright, so we'll move on to our next preview, which is, as you can see by the picture, it'll be Batman Arkham City. There we go. Duke would also just like to point out one more for the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, that November 8th is when it will be coming out, again, around Christmas time. So it makes plenty sense to do something like that. And we'd like to thank our fans out there in the chat for helping us along. Duke just said that he loved the first one. I imagine he means the first Batman. It should have been Game of the Year, he believes, and that's his opinion. It is rated RP for, I guess, role-playing. So, as far as I know, that's what it means. He says, like it or hate it, you gotta love the Bat. And, I mean, there's very few people that don't love Batman. And there's probably about the same about the Joker and any other boss that Batman has. Whether it be Bane or Poison Ivy or Mr. Freeze. There's a lot more villains in this game, he says. Chill out, as Arnold would say. Two-Face, Mr. Freeze, Penguin is in it. I almost forgot about Penguin. Penguin is awesome. Two-Face is good too. Catwoman. Two-Face, I believe someone had a Two-Face in RCWF, if I recall, but I won't mention any names or anything. Duke has just texted me this guy, so I guess that was him. Like I said, I wasn't going to mention any names, but since Duke decided to, we'll just go with it. It's an open world, so if you don't like it, it might not be the game for you. Open world, I guess, means that you can pretty much go anywhere you want in it. So, if you want to, fly over Starbucks, you can. If you want to blow up Starbucks, you can. Or if you want to type a book, or write a book, then you can probably go to Starbucks. But I guess there's more to the world than just Starbucks, but that's just me.
It's a little known fact that Nick Cannon from America's Got Talent. Don't worry about trying to get him to see. Also makes a great babysitter. He's amazing. Really good.
The last game was more linear, as Duke would like to point out. Go to point A to point B. It wasn't really, you didn't have much more freedom. It was just kind of, you start at point A and they tell you to go to point B, and then from point B to go to point C. And you're not allowed to really do anything else after that. But Duke cannot, personally, he cannot wait for this. He says it's coming out in October. I don't believe there's a date just yet, but there might be. I'm pretty sure there is. As you can see, I'm not as prepared without my host here. And Duke, well, we've been seeing this one a lot. We're going to see it one more time. Buy it. A lot of good games that Duke has kind of reviewed, and a lot of them are just, you know, buy or rent. But there isn't any bad ones just yet, which is good. That's what we like to see, because a lot of video games kind of burn out. So it's always good to find games that are just really awesome. And I guess we will move on to our last preview. That would be BioShock Infinity.
Like a long time ago?
Okay. Wow. Alright, we'll just automatically go and give this one a buy it. Duke loves the series. Oh, I'm sorry. I did jump the gun on that one. Don't buy it just yet. The first and second was great. I was reading the wrong one. I apologize. This is my first time doing all of this too. So bear with me.
These are like 50-year-old ugly.
Duke already saw my mistake, and he said, "Yeah, just go ahead and buy it, people." He'll keep talking about it, but yeah, just go ahead and buy it.
Bon Jovi's still hot.
Duke is texting me, if you are a fan of the series, you will like it as well, obviously. But even if, I imagine if you're not a fan, you're probably still going to be one of those who will be pleasantly surprised about the game.
Didn't he get into like an accident or something?
I don't know, that's why we were asking.
My dad Flapper fan.
Somewhat here, Duke.
Normally you have that random information.
Was this all Duke's plan here? Yeah, it's okay. Duke wants to apologize for that. Apparently, I have a new ringtone. It is Duke laughing, so I didn't want to emit it through the cast, excuse me, but yeah, you all know my secret now. My ringtone is Duke Dice laughing. I'm not ashamed to admit that now. I feel really good admitting that. Duke says that the second one was okay, but the second one was all hype. But I imagine that Duke thinks that BioShock Infinity will not be all hype. That this is definitely a game that is worth buying. Yeah, Duke just said that it looks great. And he believes that the mechanics are good. The way you travel is great. He loves that on how they're doing that at BioShock now. You got these hooks that they attach to rails, and I guess roller coaster. Or it makes you feel like you're on a roller coaster, which is pretty something new that I think I don't remember any other real games doing that. According to Duke, next year, BioShock Infinity will be out, or so he thinks. You never know with games. I mean, they said, like, for example, like Star Wars was supposed to come out in like June, and now it's got pushed back to September, or I'm sorry, November. Excuse me. So, and it might even be next year. So, video games that they really want to try to work on and make sure it's perfect, they usually, most companies will hold off and work their tails off to make sure that the game is correct, that there are no bugs, and that it is enjoyable for everyone alike. Duke says that if any of you guys that are watching right now, or later on when you're all watching this, because I know some of us cannot be here, if you got any reviews or previews of yourself or from yourselves, or if there's any games that you guys would like Duke to review or preview, go ahead and post them on the forums in the advertising section where we have the Duke reviews. We will definitely take a look at them, and Duke will get them all squared away and situated, and we'll do what we can. And well, I also like to thank, or Duke would like to thank, and I would as well. I would love to thank Jake Rogers for coming on last moment here to help us out and to make the Duke reviews something memorable for the first cast, and he definitely helped. That's for sure. Yeah, the first one was good. He